New York State Class B championship game on Friday night. Yes, Yonkers Montessori, YMA, playing for a state title, looking for the first ever in program history, and the first state title for Yonkers school, boys or girls, since 1933. Standing in their way, Chenango Forks, a familiar opponent, beat them last year in regionals. Maggie Warpus headed to Oregon State, standout senior across the state. This group of YMA, they would not be denied. They would get ahead early in this game. They did it with three-point shooting. There, starting things off, Arcella Mustafa, the post player, stepping outside, knocking down the three ball. And then later, made it a 6-0 game here. Emily Doherty, step back three-pointer for the sophomore, buries it 6-0, taking the lead. YMA early on, making a statement. And then Toro going to drive in, kick it out to the shooter, Grace Gleason, for three.
So Grace Gleason, we've been telling her all year, girls, you can score. Girl, you can. No, I want to defer. Before the game, I said if she has 20 plus, we're going to win a state championship. Yeah. And there you go.
A 9-0 lead for YMA, it would evaporate. It was an 11-2 run. There, Liliana Toro driving, tied the game up at 13 all, but Maggie Warpus would make it a 19-13 lead after one quarter with that three ball. On to the second quarter, YMA settling in. Here, Emily Doherty driving in, reverse layup, spinning through, getting the basket. She was held a little bit in check in the first half of this game, but didn't matter. Anissa Mustafa coming off the bench. Big role minutes off the bench for this team. And then later, as YMA trying to come back from a 5-point deficit there, Toro finds Gleason for the basket. Later in the second quarter, Liliana Toro, fancy dribbling, driving through, kicks it out. Good ball movement. They find Grace Gleason one more time at the top of the key. She buries a three-pointer. She had 17 points in the first half alone. One of her best games of the postseason. Toro was terrific, running the offense there. Full court pass. She finds Gleason. Timeout going to be taken as YMA retakes the lead late in this first half. They go back up by one. Chenango Forks, they're going to find Warpus. Warpus, the jumper, knocked down the Oregon State commit, puts the team back ahead. It was a bit of a quiet scoring throughout the second quarter, but there, a late three knocked down by Mustafa. YMA by one at the half. Third quarter, here comes Liliana Toro in transition. Bounce pass, threads the needle to Grace Gleason for the basket. Extends this lead. Looks like YMA was going to maybe kind of break with this game open in the third quarter. Gleason again buries another three. The sophomore had 24 points on 9 of 15 shootings. Yonkers up by 7. Here, Toro driving in the lane. Going to drive through, spinning, up, shot, and in. Toro, she had 14 points on the night. Chenango Forks, though, would make their push. 3-point shot, knocked down there late in the third quarter. Ends the YMA run, and suddenly they're within striking distance going to the fourth quarter in this Class B state championship game. YMA lead down to 1. On to the fourth quarter we go. This game got very physical. Game got a little chippy in the fourth quarter and will eventually be overtime. Here, 3-point shot, kick out, sister to sister. Arcella to Anissa Mustafa. She buries the three. She had 9 points off the bench. Here comes Toro, taken away up the floor in transition. This Chenango Forks team just would not go away in the fourth quarter. That was an N1 finish. Pulled in within 3. Still early in the fourth quarter. Here comes Emily Doherty coming alive. That basket there. They were trailing by 3 at that point. They made it a 1-point game, and then in transition, look at that steal by Toro. The relentless play. That would lead to a Doherty foul. She'd make a free throw. Tied the game up in the middle of the fourth quarter. There, Gleason with the rebound. Now Toro up the floor. They wanted to push the ball and get out in transition. They do there. Doherty with the basket. Emily Doherty keeping YMA ahead. Here, though, another turnover coming up with the layup. No. Offensive foul. Going to go back the other way. YMA with a 2-point lead. Trying to put this game away in regulation. Here comes Toro driving in. Offensive foul the other way. This fourth quarter was wild. YMA led by 2, trying to inbound with 16 seconds left. Maggie Warpus would steal it. She would get fouled, she would go to the line, she'd hit both, tied the game up. How clutch was Maggie Warpus in this contest? She had 20 points and 15 rebounds. Those 2 free throws, as we said, tied the game up. YMA would have one final chance in regulation. Toro would keep it herself. She'd spin around a defender, left-hand finish off the glass, no good. Rebound, no shot off. We are tied at 53 all going to overtime.
We just knew that we could win this. We just had to take our time. Lily was very good controlling the tempo, telling us to just stop, run our sets, and we'll be fine.
In overtime, Chenango Forks would strike first. They find Warpus. Short jumper knocked down. 55-53. Forks with the lead. Next possession, YMA would answer. Toro gonna find Gleason. Gleason gonna find Doherty. Doherty with the basket ties the game back up in this opening minute. To play, Toro gonna find Grace Gleason, top of the key, banks in the jump shot. That would give YMA the lead for good. They'd hit some free throws late, a lot of free throws late, and a 65-63 victory. They are your New York State Class B champions. This wild win in overtime. The Lady Eagles celebrating state championship that honestly nobody ever saw coming with this program. Head coach Eli Moyes ecstatic with his team as they celebrate at Hudson Valley Community College.
I honestly got so scared when we went into overtime. I was so mad at myself, but I just used that as motivation to push myself. I had to keep a cool head, and it was a very physical game. It was a lot of talking, everything, and I just feel like I took it to the chin, and it just made me play even harder. And I'm just so happy that I could lead this team and play with these amazing girls, and we could win a state championship together, because it's not just one person's job. Everyone played their role, and I'm so happy and proud of everyone.
I can't. It's just a validation of everything that we work for. We're a Yonkers school that has a negative connotation, but these girls don't let that. Our parents don't believe that. Scholar athlete team, 90+ averages. Our sellers go to Manhattan. I cannot. I'm elated.
This feeling is honestly surreal. Since November 17th, we wanted the state championship. We put in hard work every day, and I'm just glad that what we wanted came true.
And I'm just so happy that all of our hard work is finally paying off, and we can finally get the credit that we deserve. I feel like everybody looks down on us, but I'm just so proud of everybody, and I'm so happy. This means so much to us, and yeah.
I don't have any words for it. It's honestly insane. I don't have the words.
State championship.
The section is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm so grateful for that. But the state championship, the job was never finished, and we can finally say the job is finished now.